Hello, lovelies. Welcome to the Garden of Guidance. And if you haven't been before, my name is Katya. And if you have, welcome back. So today we're going to get a timeless, intuitive message for the collective. And I myself don't know yet what it's going to be. So I'm also very curious to see what we're working with today. So let's dive right in. Let's open up a little sacred container together. Take a little quiet moment. Ring a little sweet bell. And enter the sacred space. So just take a deep breath with me to help clear your mind so you may receive this message with grace and peace in your heart. Okay, so let's see what it is. I'm going to use this pendulum today. It has a cool crystal skull in it. It's one of my favorites. Okay, let's see what the message is. So what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, and what I mean hearing, not just the word, but the sound of, is the ocean, which is kind of synchronistic because I'm staying close by the beach right now, and I'm feeling its power, power of the ocean, even without seeing it. And I'm kind of getting it's both sides of that. It's both sides of intense life force, which obviously ocean is. It's an intense life force that can both heal and maim and can be overwhelming, and at the same time can be a source of great peace and stillness. So basically it's kind of an intense topic in a way, because it's that great energy of life that can feel overwhelming at times, and at the same time can be a source of great joy and stillness. So ocean can be obviously very tumultuous and a place that can be dangerous, and definitely not something to be trifled with. And at the same time, it can be a place where we go to, literally and metaphorically, depending where you live, to find a sense of peace, right? To find a sense of calm in the rhythm of the waves, in the trance that sound and motion can inspire in us. So really message here is about perspective and interpreting this relationship with basically great life force, the force of life, nature, that we are really a part of. How do we interpret it? How do we choose to interpret it in our daily life? Do we view ourselves as a tiny grain of sand that's just lost in the water, or do we view it as a source, a resource that helps us understand more about who we are and our place in the universe, and the fact that we are not alone and not separate? Do we feel more like a part of something greater and grander? And that is really a matter of perspective. But of course, it's not just this cerebral exercise of deciding that that's what you think. It's connecting to that energy in that way. So of course, we can connect to the energy of great resource, great source, through meditation and through activities that really help us feel more still and less self-centered. Centered, but not self-centered. Or do we choose to engage in activities and thought patterns that really make us feel small and make us feel like we're at the whim of powers unknown to us, randomness and chance? Of course, there's always chance and randomness and chaos in life, but what's the underlying motif? What's the theme that you're deciding to see in your day-to-day life, in the greater patterns of your life? Are you deciding that your life is something that overwhelms you, that you have no power over, not even not power, but no flow within, or is it something that you can sync up with and really feel propelled by, the way you would maybe swim with a wave or surf? And sometimes you feel like you're really in good sync with your life, and it can toss you towards the shore rather roughly. Of course, that can happen. But the idea here is that when you see this sense of order in your life, you can still treat it with reverence, the way you might enter ocean as a place of solace and place of healing and place of feeling like you're part of something greater. but also you can be cautious and you can have a sense of reverence for its great power and for your own needs too, and for feeling that you need to take care of yourself within that. So I would say the main message here is knowing and trusting that you have a choice on your perspective on how you perceive your life, and at the same time knowing that you might need to temper that if if you chosen well, if you choose the lovely path of feeling like you're really in sync with your life and you are being carried forward by this greater flow, knowing that you have to temper that a bit or a lot sometimes with a sense of reverence for that flow, and for still exercising caution, exercising self-care, using logic and reason sometimes as well, So for example, with the ocean analogy, of course it's lovely to just enter it and feel free within it, but it could be nice to look up at the forecast of tides and strengths of the waves and things like that. That way you can sync up with it even better. So that's using logic and reason and information that is available to you. And if the information is not available to you, of course you can use your intuition, which I always suggest as well. So I'm kind of getting now the message wants to be a little bit more focused on certain areas of life. So I'm getting perhaps right now a lot of us feel a bit powerless and feel like there is a bit of chaos going on in the world around us, and maybe even in our personal lives, and we might feel like the chaos of our personal lives is a reflection of chaos that we perceive in the world around us. And sometimes it is true, sometimes we get stressed out by real or perceived chaos in the world around us, and then it does trickle down into our personal life. It does trickle down in our daily choices, activities, the way we start the day even. If you're very concerned about something in the outside world, then the first thing you might do in the morning is reach for the phone and check the news about that very thing. Whether or not this is the best way to shape your day is up to you. It might not be. It might be not something that's super useful if you have no control over it, based on that information. Of course, sometimes we have to check things because we are trying to stay abreast of something that is very relevant to our life, and we might have to make quick choices. But a lot of the times, this energy can become obsessive of trying to control without being able to control something outside of ourselves. And by doing that, by engaging in an action, draining our energy and not giving our sacred, beautiful day the attention it deserves, and not giving people around us or a creative projects or whatever you're working with the attention and reverence it deserves, or they deserve. So so I'm kind of sensing there's a bit of cautioning against perceiving life as chaos that you have no control over, or cannot sync up with, rather, that you cannot be in sync with, you cannot be in a state of flow with, and then trying to perpetuate that chaos through daily activities that exacerbate the feeling of chaos in your life. So let's say you're feeling that there's external chaos. Do the small actions of going deeper down the rabbit holes of how the external chaos exists and what the details of it, does it really help your daily life? Does it make you feel more at peace or more like empowered? Or does it take away even the small moments of peace and small moments of flow that you might have available in your day? So basically, it would be great to curate your day to reflect this belief that there is a greater sense of flow, and to try to sync up with that. And then the smaller actions, the daily actions that really help you feel even touch of that, would really allow you to feel it on a greater scale as they accumulate. So I often recommend that people do some kind of morning ritual, and I use the term very loosely. What might seem like a ritual to some people might not seem like a ritual to others. Perhaps you're just drinking your coffee, but you're doing it in a mindful way that really feels good to you. It doesn't have to involve bells and whistles. Bells. But it could. And for me, for example, as well, I don't always do my morning ritual in the morning. I just do it at some point of the day. My days are not always very structured. Sometimes they're more free form in the way I do my work and I do things that I need to do. And so sometimes I do my morning ritual, my moment where I claim the day is sacred, actually later in the daytime, and that's okay as well. It actually is really up to you what works for you and what really helps you feel that you have your own ability, you have your ability to craft your day, somewhat at least, to your liking, around what you believe in and around what you enjoy, what connects you to the greater sense of unity and beauty and communion. So, for example, if I don't do my morning ritual in the morning, I look forward to it because I know I'm going to do it. The one thing I do feel is commitment to that. So I spend the morning knowing that it's coming. And so I'm not as dependent on it happening at a specific moment. Now, different people have different personalities. For you, doing it every morning at 10 a.m. might be the perfect way to do it. And maybe that's what's going to give you a sense of peace and lovely structure and allowing you to claim your time and space as sacred. Yeah, so it's really a personal creation, and I urge you to create your own way of claiming your life as non-chaotic through these small actions of crafting your time and space in the way that feels lovely to you, that feels like something meaningful, that feels like that feels sacred, that feels like a way to interact with your life that nourishes your soul, that really makes you feel like you're part of your life and that is life you like and you enjoy, even if there are aspects of it or greater themes that you might not feel like comfortable with or at peace with. Ultimately, your life is just the moment you're in right now. And so if you're able to connect to that even once a day in a significant way, it's going to impact every other moment of your life, every other aspect of your life, every other relationship in your life, and of the way you perceive the greater chaos. Was it real or imagined? It almost doesn't matter. If you imagine it well enough, it's going to become real anyway, right? So try to imagine something lovely for yourself in the smaller container of your day, in the smaller container of your immediate life. Bring it down there, and from that space, something greater can blossom that can really help you feel that life is not against you. It doesn't. You don't even have to feel like it's on your side. You can just feel like it's a neutral process of cosmos experiencing itself through you, through everyone else, through everything else. And that can just bring a greater sense of peace. Which is something we're really, I think, really appreciate, especially here on this channel. I think it's something that is a very important value. So lots of love, and I'm wishing you a greater sense of peace, and I hope this was helpful and it resonated. And as always, take whatever resonates and leave the rest. Let it go into the wind, and yeah, take care of you. Beautiful, lovely, sacred life. Okay, so let's close the container together. Until we meet again.